Okay, I won't do drugs. Requiem for a Dream, released in 2000, and is directed by Darren Aronofsky, who has also directed such films like Pi, The Fountain, The Wrestler, and Black Swan. In other words, he's really good at making the audience go, "What the fuck?" And this movie is starring Jennifer Connelly, Jared Leto, Marlon Wayans, and Ellen Burstyn, who you may remember from the film The Exorcist, which is one of the scariest films and most fucked up movies ever made. So I guess in a way, this is almost like payback for being a part of that movie, right? And this is episode 401. We are making our way towards episode 500. We just passed movie review slash episode 400 last week, and I released my abridged version of Batman Begins, which I think was a really fun time. Hopefully everyone can go over there and check it out. And I wanted to start this whole next sequence out with a PayPal donation that I received from, I actually don't know who this person is. His name is Jacob Shipley. I don't see that I've received any comments or messages or emails from this person, but I did receive a PayPal donation with him recommending this movie. And that donation, Jacob, is insane and is by far the biggest single amount of support that I have received since starting this channel several years ago. Like, wow. At first, I didn't think it was real. I thought it was a joke. Seeing those zeros on that amount threw me for a loop, but I can't thank you, Jacob, enough. I don't know what I did on here that made you want to support me like that. I've actually been trying to reach out to you with the email that was attached to the donation, and it doesn't work. I'm just trying to reach out and say thank you. So here we are. Thank you so much, Jacob. I can't thank you enough from the bottom of my heart. You've made this guy extremely happy, and you've helped support this channel tremendously. We can use that for better sound quality and light quality. I don't know if you can hear, but I am using a different microphone right now, and I think it sounds pretty good. I'm sincerely humbled. I'm shocked that this happened, but thank you so much for support. If any of you out there want to also show your support for me and this channel and help grow this channel into something bigger than what it's been in the last couple of years, you can make a PayPal donation by clicking on the donate button on the main page of my YouTube channel. It's right in the banner. Any size donation will do, and if you have a movie recommendation that you really want me to watch and review on here, you can attach your movie recommendation with your donation, and if I have access to it, I will watch it and review it and publish my review of it as quickly as I possibly can and give you a shout out here like I'm doing for Jacob. I'll say his name as many times as I possibly can. Jacob, thank you so much. That is just amazing. Thank you. So now after covering that, let's talk about the movie that he recommended. And my God, Requiem for a Dream is a psychological drama, no shit, that follows the lives of 4 different people suffering from certain different types of addiction. Harry, who is suffering from heroin addiction, Jennifer Connelly, who is also suffering from heroin addiction and will do anything she can do to get a score of heroin, including selling herself. Marlon Wayans, who is also addicted to heroin, but I think is more addicted to aspirations and progression to having power. And Sarah, who is Harry's mother, who is addicted to dietary supplements and addicted to a make-believe life that she always escapes into. And the movie showcases these addictions with several POV scenes of these characters going through a really bad trip. And that could be a really bad trip actually on a drug, or maybe a crime is committed and just the panic and the adrenaline of the situation is coming over them. Either way, I don't know anyone who would watch this movie and then go, I want to try drugs. I remember in elementary school we had that D.A.R.E program. I don't know if that was available all throughout the country in the United States or what they have in other countries, but for me, D.A.R.E, if any of you don't know, was a program put on by the local police department where they would send an officer to school and they would go over like all these very simple and dumb crimes of, hey, if you get in trouble or if you get caught in possession, you could do crime. That's what they used on me as a child to convince me not to do drugs. And I guess it worked. I haven't done drugs at all or experimented, and I'm not putting down anyone who has. As long as you're safe, what's the harm in it? Well, I guess there's a lot of harm in it. I mean, just watch this movie. But I was thinking the entire time watching this movie, gosh, you paid hundreds of thousands of dollars to do this program all throughout the state. All you need to do is just have these kids watch this movie. And job well done. All from the warped and messed up mind of Darren Aronofsky, who has made some amazing films, and films that I've reviewed on this channel. The Fountain, which actually I think has gotten like a lot of views on this channel, which I'm definitely appreciative, but I remember watching that movie thinking it was beautiful and I loved the story. But there was also a lot about that story that I was like, what the fuck is going on? That's how I felt about this movie, even though I guess I kind of knew what was happening. They're tripping out. They're tripping bad. And the way that he captures the paranoia and the uncertainty of a bad trip and the world that your mind goes down when you're high or you're overdosing. The camera lens that is used, it's like this weasel cam wide angle concave lens it's just a trip to watch as an audience member. And there are several of these shots where the camera is strapped onto the actor and the actor is running down an alleyway, or they're walking down a hospital wing and the camera is just right there in front of their face and it's shaking and it's seeing just every single nick and tick on their face, and they're freaking out, and I'm freaking out watching it. The movie just brilliantly captures the paranoia and the uncertainty of just that bad trip. And there's a huge part of me watching this that feels so bad for all four of these people. I can't even begin to understand or even think about the experience of being addicted to something that alters your state of mind, a substance that alters your state of mind to the point where you are so dependent on it that you will do anything, even to the point where you will physically harm yourself. I don't understand it, and just watching this movie, I'm shaking my head going, you poor people. But there's also another part of me that's also saying, like, well, I mean, no one's forcing these people to do these drugs or to be addicted to this dietary supplement or whatever. So, I mean, you're putting yourself in this position, but I don't think that's the message that Aronofsky is trying to get across here. It's not about pointing fingers, it's not about figuring out who's to blame for this. This is just a slice of the world that is addiction. And I like how the story doesn't cover addiction just in the sense of drugs. That's always the big thing that you hear, right? Oh, drugs, they're so addicting. But there are so many other things, subtle things, that are not labeled as bad on the surface, that can be very addicting. Look at Sarah Goldfarb. She's not addicted to heroin at all, but she is addicted to feeling bad about her physical appearance, and addicted to this TV show, this infomercial for these dietary supplements that she wants to take. She's also addicted to the craving of fame and fortune, and then she gets the call saying, hey, I'm going to be on television one day, and I'm putting the application through, so I'm going to be on television and I'm going to be famous. That is just as bad of an addiction as it is with the use of heroin, because she gets the dietary supplements and she's taking them, it's kind of working, but then she starts plateauing, and then she starts doubling her dosage, even though she's not supposed to, and then it starts working even more, and her mind starts going, and then the refrigerator comes alive and tries to eat her, and I'm in the audience going, what the fuck is going on? And why is Shooter McGavin on the screen? I forgot to mention, Christopher McDonald is also kind of in this movie. I mean, he's Shooter McGavin. That's who he's being, and you only see him on this TV infomercial promoting whatever this thing is. I don't even think they fully explained what it was, but he's getting people excited. Excited. Very excited. Probably the performance that I had the biggest emotional attachment to was Jennifer Connelly's character, because this woman goes through the ringer, and how it ends for her, that final little climax scene where she has to sell her body. I mean, it's not cool. That's not cool. Jared Leto, who always seems to be kind of, I don't want to say the mastermind, but the visionary. That's what I want to say. He's always the visionary. Oh, we're gonna score this, then we're gonna sell it, and it's gonna be big. We're gonna be big. We're gonna make it big. Come on, Ma, I gotta sell your TV, Ma. Come on, Ma. If I have to hear the word Ma one more time, I swear to fucking God. Brooklyn accent from Jared Leto. Jesus Christ. I think it's pretty accurate, but Doesn't mean I want to hear it. Jesus. Come on, Ma, come on! And Marlon Wayans' character who's addicted to being that dominant person, being ever striving for more and ever striving for greatness. It gets him into a world of hurt at the end. This film is very poetic and is very symmetrical in all four of these people's lives, representing that it doesn't matter what you're addicted to. If you let these vices, if you let these things overcome you, you're going to end up in the fetal position in the very end, is basically what it's telling you. The film is well done. It is well shot. I can't tell you how accurate it is of how it represents trips and bad trips because I've never been high or done drugs, but I would assume it's very much like this. And this is probably the reason why I've been scared to ever try something like that, because I don't want to end up in a situation like this where I'm in the corner going, huh, what's reality? Am I real? Is any of this real? I don't want to do that. But I feel like this movie is a necessary viewing for any film buff or movie buff out there. It always seems to be the question like, hey, have you seen Requiem for a Dream? And for the longest time I've said no, but again, thanks to Jacob Shipley for his recommendation and his very large donation, I have watched it. Now I can say yes, I have seen Requiem for a Dream, and it fucked my shit up. Also, the main theme, I think this is the first time I've heard this version of it where it's just the solo violinist. I've always heard that theme, but it's been the epic version for movie trailers. I think it was the song for the movie trailer of Lord of the Rings, The Two Towers. I was thrown a little bit off while hearing it in this movie saying, oh, this is a simpler version. I like the epic version. Where's that version? Anyway, this movie is well done. I can't say that I would recommend it, or whether I would say I would watch this again. I don't think I would watch this again, because it was pretty... it was a downer. Yeah, you have all these uppers in this movie. This film itself was really a downer. But it's definitely worth at least a one-time watch for everyone. I'm gonna give Requiem for a Dream 4 out of 5 Blu-rays.
I like it a lot.
Alright everyone, now comes my favorite part of my videos where I pick which movie I'm going to be watching next, and I actually got another PayPal donation that we're going to be covering later on this week. This is from someone by the name of Dean Clark. Thank you very much, Dean, for the recommendation. You'll get the shout out next time too. But he recommended the movie A Monster Calls. And I think this is the one with the big giant elf person? I think. I vaguely remember the trailers for this movie, but not really understanding what it was. I know there's a kid in it, and then there's this big CGI creature. I think it did not do well at the box office, if I'm remembering that correctly. I've always seen it in the bargain bin, and I've always seen it on Black Friday when I've gone out, but I've never bit the bullet to actually purchase it. But I'll see if it's on any streaming services, but we'll get that watch next time, Dean. Thank you again for your donation. So guys, if you've seen Requiem for a Dream, what did you think about it? Or if you've never seen it before and you stumbled across it because of this video, I do apologize, but whatever you thought, comment below, let me know what you thought about it. And as always, if you like what you see here, if you like my take on movies, then hit the subscribe button and make sure you hit that bell so you'll know the next time I'm releasing my next movie review. So guys, I will see you next time with my review of A Monster Calls. So in the meantime, be well, be good to each other, and go watch a movie. Take care, guys.